them. But like I said, but during that time, I'm Rashaan. So I need to give you how did I get to be Rashaan. Okay? So I'm going to tell you that real quick. At the age of about 24, I'm sitting in this church on Park Avenue, on 17th Street. Park Avenue Christian Church. And my parents weren't church goers. We didn't even, I don't think we had a Bible in the house. But anyway, I'm sitting up there and I'm like, I see a white guy on the cross and a white guy teaching, and mostly blacks, majority black, and I'm like, something's not right. I was trying to find myself, okay? Like I said, we had no mentors in our families, uncles and cousins and all that stuff. We didn't have it, so I'm trying to find myself. By that time also, I have a child, and my joy, my girl, Dad's baby. And so during that time, because I had to come out of college and get married and whatnot, and I'm going to say this right now about that. When I was in college, about 19, I was about 19, find out I'm having a baby. Anyway, I had to come out of college. My mother told me I need to come out of college, get a job, and represent. Yeah, roughly at the age of 24, I was sitting at this church on Park Avenue. I believe in 17th Street in East Orange. And I noticed that there was a white guy preaching, and there was a white guy on the cross, and a lot of black people in the audience. I don't even remember seeing the white, but anyway, I felt that something was wrong. Something's not right. So I said to myself one day, in the meantime, I'm also working at Public Service Electric and Gas Company at this particular time as a meter reader. And so, hold on to that, the meter reading part in Public Service Electric and Gas. So I said, well, let me go check out this Muslim thing. Because some of my friends were Muslim, you know, they got the kufis and whatnot, and wear the beard. So anyway, I went over to South Orange Avenue, Masjid number 25, Muslim temple over there in South Orange Avenue North. When I went in there, they search you. That was different. You have to take your shoes off. The males would sit up front and the females would sit in the back. And you sit on the floor. So I saw the brothers with the suits, everybody looked nice and professional and clean and everything. I'm like, okay. And when the minister started talking, with him bringing his message forward, long story short, I started sweating in my seat. And I got into it, my spirit was aroused. And you know, what he was talking was making sense, and whatever sense it was so long, I don't know, but I know I was aroused and I was motivated at that point to become a Muslim. Now, I'm in my early 30s, I'm in my early 20s, and 40 years later, now 30 years later, I realized that that minister that was speaking there was Minister Farrakhan before he got big. And I'm like, oh, yeah. When I realized, when it came to me, I said, that was Louis Farrakhan doing that teaching. So anyway, I left the masjid and I came back the next following Sunday. I had a few Muslim friends, ladies, and I'm like, look, I want to change my name, and you guys know me. So instead of me picking up my own name, or I like how that sounds, I'm going to take that down. You guys go pick out the name for me. So they were like, oh, you really serious about this Muslim stuff? Yeah, so I took my Shahada. And meanwhile, they came and said, well, this would be your name, Rashan Sharif. And they told me the meanings of it. And it's very interesting. It was ordained that name was given to me because Rashaan is said to mean one who inquires knowledge. So, and Farouk is one who knows truth from falsehood. And Sharif is worthy of honor and praise. Now, Sharif is has the same meaning as a sheriff. And the sheriff happens to be a marshal. So it all fits. So my family name is already Marshall. So when they gave me Sharif, a marshal is supposed to be worthy of honor and praise. All right. So I also heard that when I accept that name, that it is said that if you choose the name and you become unworthy of that name, you have to give that name back. And that was always in my mind, especially when I eventually get addicted to drugs. So I went and had my name legally changed. Who was that? Bill Bromell did my name change. Just to throw some of the guys out, because I know a lot of my Facebook families, high school people will be checking this video out. All right, so now my name is changed, legally changed. I go back to work to public service, electric and gas. Prior to this here, I was like a hippie. I had a chopper, and you know, one of the first blacks in East Orange just riding around with a chopper. I used to have my pants bleached at the bottom with love beads on it, talking peace beads, talking about far out, groovy, man. You know, I'm hanging with the white boys, you know, because I'm like, I grew up with white folks, so I never knew that white folks, that there were different kind of white folks. In other words, I'm working with public service, electric and gas, and one day I had to work on this truck where I go shut everybody's lights off, and these two guys, one's driving, the other guy, he opens up the manhole and goes in the streets and shuts people's lights off. So I'm in the middle of them two guys, and they're calling each other's name. Pola, Wop, Guinea, back and forth. And I'm like, my head's going. And I went home to my girlfriend, I don't know who that was at the time, and I'm like, white folks call each other names. I was naive to that kind of stuff. I didn't know a Polak or Irish and all that kind of stuff, but I learned it through working with public service. So anyway, when I get in there one day, and I told the big boss, I said, well, you can't call me Roger Marshall any longer. My name has changed. I said, I'm a Muslim. And when I told that white man that I was a Muslim, he stepped back. I sort of looked at him and he stepped back. He said, Muslim? I said, yes. My name is Rashan Sharif. You know, now all of the hair has changed, my dress code has changed, and I'm like at attention. You know, and he didn't know how to, what I got was, he knew something about Muslims more than what I knew, but anyway, I felt, you know, lifted, like, well, and once this manager, he stepped back, and I realized that Islam is something to be reckoned with. So, at that point, I started dressing like a Muslim and hanging around some of the Muslim brothers, and I'm going to tell you about my experience coming to Islam. So just hold on a second with that.